Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the elders of GMS for well, peace, citation, and Lake Akim on the four corners. Pushing the truth for sincerity. Peace be unto you. Shalom.
Shalom.
We just had was hosting the elder, Big Gad. Double honors to the elder. He had to leave a little early. But one of the things that we was talking about is about how this dollar was crashing. But we was talking about how the spirit of Thanksgiving, and Halloween and stuff like that, and Christmas, they're not really into decorating. How they, the casual resident, casual citizen into doing that.
Okay.
And we also mentioned basically like Black Friday ain't what it used to be.
It ain't pops.
And he was basically saying ain't nobody got any money.
That's right.
and why? This dollar's getting weaker. Everything's getting damn expensive. You had everybody run off on the plug with those PPP loans and those stimulus checks, and now they basically paying them back in inflation. Secret taxes.
Okay.
And so people don't got money like that to go out and splurge. There used to be people stampeding all over each other. They sticking their key in the door to open up Best Buy, and everybody just trampling each other over, just trying to get to a flat screen TVs and stuff like that. I didn't see any of that.
Fights breaking out.
Con.
You got people snatching shit out of people's hands, fisticuffs, and people getting run over. And what comes to mind is the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter. The spirit of Egypt is felling.
God.
If I can grab that.
I'll grab it for you.
Okay, kind of through it. And then another scripture that comes to mind is Micah. Obviously, that's dealing with the scant measure. The dollar, is being weakened. And basically, the cost of living has risen. So things have become unaffordable. Now, matter of fact, there was a video I seen where, because they'll say, there's a certain Black Friday deal. Let's say, for instance, there's a TV, and the TV costs $549. So they'll have a sign up say, "Oh, Black Friday deal, a deal you can't refuse. $549 for this TV." But then you look under that card, and the regular card and the regular price of it was $549. So they're making it seem like they're giving you a deal, but they're not. So the price of goods, have increased, and not because something's wrong with the goods. There's something wrong with the dollar. There's something wrong with the money. So the buying power of the dollar doesn't have the same power as it had, prior years. So people are making a choice. Okay, do I spend, $549 on the TV, or do I buy an iPhone, or do I buy, these particular clothes, or do I buy the shit that I need to get by from day to day? So what do you think that they're going to choose? All right, especially when the price of food is going up too, they're going to choose to buy those things that are essentials. So nobody's into holidays no more. Nobody's into, Black Friday deals. The people ain't captivated by, that sorcery that was upon them before. I mean, you still got people here and there that are celebrating holidays, but for the most part, people ain't really into it like they used to be.
What did you want in Isaiah 19?
Where it says the spirit of Egypt is felling.
Oh, okay, God. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse. Started that verse or the verse before? Because I kind of.
Okay, you can start where you think is the best place.
I think 2. Or even I just like 2 as well. Isaiah 19 and verse 2. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. I just want to interject on this part before I read the precept the brother want to bring out. You seen that on a mini scale when you would see those Black Friday. You know, they used to be fighting all over TVs, but now they got flash mobs. You know, they robbing the Nike store, just going in and
what Apostle Tar said, ghetto shopping spree. What the hell they need a deal on Black Friday when they could just go in and just take the shit? You know? They already got it. They don't need the deal.
All right. And also, before I forget, like I've been noticing the same thing too. These deals ain't been deals. It used to be you could get sometimes 50% off. Now if you are lucky, if they not scamming you, and it's actually just posting the regular price, you might get 20 or 30%. That's Labor Day deals. That ain't Black Friday deals. Used to be like 50% off or some crazy ridiculous like that.
Like a deal you can't refuse.
Right.
Like you don't want to buy it on no other day but that day. And look, remember Black Friday was just Black Friday, and that's it. The sale went away. That, you know, once the store closed down, then you wait to, you know, Cyber Monday, you know, to get a deal. But now they extend the Black Friday sale, you know, for about 2 weeks, just so that they can, you know, make the sales or make that sale quota. All right, this place is failing miserably, and you want to know when the place is failing. All right, when it ain't sexy no more. Is basically when people aren't as patriotic as they used to be.
Nope.
You know, when people aren't into, you know, celebrating. When you think of ancient history, right, you go back to the fall of Rome. The thing that kept Rome well united was the fact that everybody basically was into the same thing. People worshiped the state-sponsored gods. You know, people were all of one mind. You know, they were all into the gladiator arenas. They were all into basically the same thing. But however, you have to give credit to this truth being preached. All right, one thing that comes to mind in the scriptures is, you know, the story of Jericho. How they were marching around, then the 7th time they blew the trumpet. Well, that's basically through the Spirit what we're doing. And what we're doing is causing this place to fall, and all of the strongholds are being broken down. By this truth being preached, people are, how can I say it? The unity of this place is broken. Because now you got a lot of people waking up to the fact that a lot of these holidays is just bullshit anyway. And it's just nothing but a paganism, but then it's also a scam to get you to spend money. But how are you going to spend something that you don't got? You know, you got people that are still behind because of the scam gimmick. All right, the pen gimmick. Their credit cards are maxed out. All right, and some people got 4 or 5 credit cards. Them joints is maxed the hell out. So they can't afford to pay that. People are behind on rent. People are behind on mortgages. People are behind on car notes. Can't afford car insurance, driving around with no car insurance. So it's just completely unaffordable. So they're not in that spirit of celebrating this you know, different holidays and different things that are coming up.
Another thing I want to add to why before it escapes me is, other than really, I'll say upper middle class Edomites, people ain't spending a whole bunch of money on that like stuff for weddings like how they used to. People going down to the courthouse and basically calling it a day. I'm not seeing Jake having these big elaborate weddings no more. I can't recall the last time I was invited to, a wedding. And on top of that, another thing too, when people get married for the second time, they damn sure ain't having no wedding ceremony. It's straight maybe a vacation and just 2 or 3 people, and that's about it. But people realizing that these basically is like consumer holidays, and all of these weddings is just for
to boost the economy.
Exactly.
To prop this bitch up, but on top of everything that's going on, with the different diseases and things that are happening in this place, and the lockdowns, and people are basically on edge too. God. So they're like, okay, well, look, this could possibly happen, XYZ, so they're basically looking at possible situations and things that can happen, so like we've been reiterating, the spirit of this place is not like it used to be. It's not strong. People aren't really into the things that they used to be into. And that's just a sign of this place declining. And that's the reason why I gave the example of ancient Rome. When people start to lose that unity, when they stop being on the same page, all right, when the social structure of the place begin to be divided, then that's when really it started to decline. So the same thing is happening all over again. All right, when people started to, back then in ancient Rome, none of the men wanted to go to war. None of the younger people that were coming up wanted to work. They had to implement a welfare state. So that means that, that all of the taxes and stuff that they were gathering back then, they had to divvy it out amongst people. So isn't that the same thing that went on with the the PPP loans and the what was that called, stimulus? All right, where they used the stimulus to stimulate the economy to keep it going, but all of that led to what? It led to inflation. Then on top of them, trying to make money digital. So that's driving, more inflation. And as things become pricier, people are less reluctant to spend. They're less reluctant to spend.
And another thing, I remember you would never see McDonald's close. I'll say maybe definitely 10 years ago, a McDonald's closing was unheard of. I'm seeing McDonald's close through our city. That used to be a for sure staple. You had Burger Kings closing all over the place too. A lot of these restaurants, fast food places, is basically closing up. Reading on with the brother that wanted me to get Isaiah 19:3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
So they're looking at ways to keep this place going, but there's nothing that you can do to make America appealing anymore. All right, the people that are living here within the inside of this place are losing their trust and their faith in this place. People don't even have faith in the Constitution anymore. So now it's just a matter of people doing what they think is right according to their standards. All right, on the inside of this place, you can tell by the energy of the people inside of this place that it's getting ready to take a big fall. What does the scripture say? It says Babylon is falling, it's falling. All right, Revelation, the 14th chapter, the angel went through having the everlasting gospel to preach. And that's what we're doing. We're preaching the word, and this word that we're preaching is causing this place to fail. All right, it's causing it to fall. Another scripture is Micah, the 6th chapter, verse 10. Are there yet treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and scant measures that is abominable? So that's dealing with the dollar. All right, the dollar is scant, the dollar is weak. All right, going back 4 or 5 years, the things that you could purchase back then for a certain amount of money, you can't purchase that now. All right, everything is expensive. All right, everything is very, very expensive. So people are being more selective on how they spend their money. You got people that can't even afford to buy meat. So they might eat meat once a week. All right, and then on top of that, you got all of these different things that are going on politically that's leaving a sour taste in people's mouths. So they're like, fuck this place.
A lot of these jobs too, you had the recession, or basically the pandemic affected a lot of female jobs, a lot of jobs for women. So you have a lot of women who are. It costs a lot of money to buy weaves and all the other type of extra stuff, and you have NVs paying $300 for sew-ins and stuff like that. This place is. Let me grab Zephaniah real quick. Zephaniah 1, I believe, and 11. I want to say this is Zephaniah, or is it 1 and 9? 1 and 11. Isaiah. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off. So going into, as we were stating earlier, this dollar collapsing, and this dollar getting weaker, and this really isn't money, because real money is gold, and silver. We got basically fiat currency, which fiat means basically let it be, paper, basically notes, Federal Reserve notes. This isn't real money. That's why it's subject to such high, basically inflation. You got Americans who are one paycheck away from being broke. Americans are, Babylonians are, one bad transmission in their car away from not being able to get back and forth to work and losing everything, including their house. That's how bad this place is. You got the strike with the UAW that happened, and basically they're getting paid. So what do you think is going to happen to all these cars now? The price of all these cars, they're going to get more expensive. They make cars specifically now where a regular mechanic can't even work on them. Everything is getting super expensive, and the cost of living is just shooting up through the roof.
Got a Isaiah 24 and 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets, which eventually this internet is going to be shut down, and it's going to be shut down when in a time where people are desperately looking for answers to why all of these things are going on, because ultimately we're heading into a famine, and we're heading into a time where economy is going to collapse. All right, and because the economy is going to collapse, that's going to make the famine even greater, because people are used to being able to buy things with money. All right, looking at the current economic state, all right, it's nothing but telltale signs that we're headed towards an economic collapse. All right, things are constantly on the rise. All right, eventually the inflation is going to lead into hyperinflation. All right, and when that happens, all right, people are going to search for answers, but however, there's not going to be any answers for them. All right, because the opportunity for them to get answers will be shut off. All right, so you're going to have mobs of people, all right, gathering in the streets. All right, as you see mobs right now of people, robbing, Nike stores and things of that nature. All right, that's going to go on in that time, but it's going to be for food and things that people need. And if people, let's say, for instance, people, because in that time, they're going to implement what is known as the MOTB, all right, which is the CHIP, all right, the CHIP, whether it goes in the brain or in the hand, they're going to implement that, right? People are going to go to stores and they're going to buy food, but then they're going to get robbed for that food in the parking lot, all right? So just because you get the CHIP doesn't mean that you're safe, all right? You're in the clear. So mobs of people are going to gather in the streets. They're going to be looking for answers and also trying to figure out a way to survive, because in that time, people become desperate. So therefore, self-preservation kicks in, right? But reading on, it says, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And you can already see that the joy, all right, is being darkened. All right, the look on people's faces, that bright and shiny countenance that they would have around this time of year, all right, because they're happy. They're so happy to celebrate Christmas and going into the new year, coming out of Thanksgiving. All right, happy to buy gifts for people. They're not in that spirit anymore. Hey, look, the love of many is waxing cold. The joy is darkened. Once again, the countenance of people's faces, it doesn't show that they're very interested in these times. All right, so the mirth of the land is gone. All right.
Yeah. With the love of many waxing cold, it makes you appreciate this brotherhood that much more, yo.
God.
Man, you really sit and think about, man, what if I were to get kicked out? What if I, Most High cast me out, and these, beautiful brothers, I'm not around them no more. And this is why, it's a blessing to be part of this.
Appreciate it.
Con.
The scriptures say willing to communicate. When you look up the word communicate in the Greek, it says being sociable. All right, to fellowship. The time is going to come when things are going to get so bad where you won't even be able to fellowship with brothers. Ain't no meeting up on Saturdays, or throughout the week or whatever to do videos, which are things that we've come to learn to appreciate. Because in the world, we're dealing with so much. We're dealing with temptation. We're dealing with niggas. We're dealing with all sorts of headaches. But once you come together with brothers, and that's your opportunity to do the work. That's your opportunity to vent. You go through things at work. And that's your opportunity to let some steam off. But then around the brotherhood is the only place where you can be yourself. Throughout the world, amongst the people of this world, you basically have to act like somebody that you're not. So the Wada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for allowing us to enter into this fellowship of the truth, and to be a part of this brotherhood. The time is going to come where you're going to desire to speak to a brother and may not be able to. So appreciate it while you got it.
And that was it. I had anything else.
Kind. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders at Great Millstone that taught us this truth and who rule well. All right, Shalom and the Baba Ball and Babu Kushai. Please go and subscribe to GMS 144 TV. That's the Ox Yakar's channel, all right, of Great Millstone, Detroit. And Shalom. Hey, until the next time.